Happy Tuesday. Today is April 30th of 2019, and this is a private Bitcoin cryptocurrency index update for my subscribers. Today we'll briefly review yesterday's April 29th update and then go to live charts. In yesterday's update, the 29th, we had page 1. We're illustrating a spike cycle which is coming. Now yesterday in through Friday, Wavepoint GG has completed. Once Wavepoint G completes, a price reversal is expected. Well, we are getting that today. Today, the 30th, Bitcoin is up, Litecoin's up, all the coins are up. So we're getting a price reversal back up, which began today. And this price reversal up is expected to continue all week. Bitcoin is expected to make a new high above FF, so that should be approximately the $5,600 range. Get a brief little pullback. And then late this weekend, I personally believe it'll be Monday-ish into Tuesday. We're going to get this very powerful spike straight vertical up into H. That should take Bitcoin to minimum the $6,500 range to up to as high as potentially $7,400 range. And we will discuss that here in a few minutes. Let's scroll over to page 2. And one more thing before we do scroll over to page 2 is this cycle time point. May 15th through 17th. So this time point is very important. We should expect a cycle high for the cryptocurrencies to come in here in mid-May. And once this high comes in, we should expect what's called a go away in May, because Bitcoin is expected to then turn down, and then we should see a sizable price drop in the month of June. This is a very important time point for the cryptocurrencies. After this high, we should see a sizable correction, and then a price reversal begins in summertime, so in July into August, and then we're going to have a very powerful third and fourth quarter, so finish to the year. So this May time point here is very important, but as I've stated numerous times, the cycle remains up into May. So regardless of this little pullback we've had here, nothing has changed. The longer term trend remains intact, and the longer term trend is an up cycle into mid-May. Okay, so I hope that's clear for everybody. Next, let's scroll over to page 2. Bitcoin. The top chart here is a bigger perspective. The bottom chart is a more close-up view. And you'll see from the low coming in at $3,100, which we forecast, Bitcoin went up, traded under $4,000 all the way into April. Finally, the first part of April spiked, broke up into $5,000, and is now forming what is called a bullish channel continuation. So these channels typically will have 5 wave points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once the 5th completes, it then reverses, makes a new high, and then explodes. So we do know that this high here, this leg up, is going to come into middle of May. So we should see a sizable price move up into middle of May. Since the low came in here at 0.5 last week, you'll notice for the past 4 trading days in through yesterday, Bitcoin basically was just stuck, going nowhere. So these support lines here have been holding very nicely. The 20 EMA line in white has been critical here for Bitcoin, holding it very, very nicely. Next, let's roll over to Litecoin. Litecoin's bigger perspective at the top. You'll see Litecoin is more volatile. Because it's more volatile, it's going to go up higher and pull down more than Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is a more stable coin. It's comparable to gold, versus Litecoin is like silver. It moves higher to the upside and lower or more aggressively down to the downside. So Bitcoin formed a continuation flag, versus Litecoin has formed a bullish flag down, which is then followed by a reversal and a spike. So Wavepoint 5 here completed for Litecoin yesterday. We do a zoom in right here. It came in right down to this Fibonacci line at $65. I was thinking it might not come down so low, but boy, the Fibonacci lines sure work beautiful. And it stopped Litecoin here at $65 yesterday, reversed up, and today trades just over $70. So a beautiful reversal on Litecoin. Next, let's scroll over to Bitcoin Cash. And Bitcoin Cash here, support line is this blue 55 EMA line. So Bitcoin Cash, like Litecoin, is forming a flag. And once this flag reverses, which is starting today, which we'll see the chart in a few minutes, the first resistance point is going to be the 20 EMA line. You break this red 270 line, and then Bitcoin Cash is going to be very aggressive to the upside, looking at a target of over $500. So all the strong cryptocurrencies are forming flag formations. Pole 1 is complete, the flag pattern is complete, and now we're looking for pole number 2 to the upside with a high target date mid-May. The time targets here are very important, much more important than the price targets. And now let's go to live charts. Here's the live chart for Bitcoin, dated today, April 30th of 2019. And once again, let's review the long-term chart. You'll see that Bitcoin came in with a bottom here in December, went sideways, broke through 4,000 after making 2 triangles, jumped vertical, got stuck here by the green Fibonacci circle, could not break it, went sideways, got stuck here at the 325-day moving average, which you'll see it right now just butting up against it today. Here is the reversal. So this is wave point 5 of the flag. 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days going sideways. And then today, Bitcoin breaks upwards, makes the reversal, currently trading at $5,250 range. So at this point, Bitcoin here has beautiful support here on the white dotted 20 EMA line and overhead resistance at the 325-day moving average at 5,300. We should see this line break potentially tomorrow or within the next 24 to 48 hours. Then the next immediate target becomes $5,600. So we should see Bitcoin get up to 5,600, 5,700-ish. Might get a little pullback, and then early next week, the sharp spike, vertical, straight up is expected. We should see $6,500 hit, maybe $7,400 on Bitcoin. But again, do expect a sharp spike, possibly this weekend, but I would say most highly Monday into Tuesday-ish of next week. So the big spike is still coming because this is a continuation pattern. We have pole number 1. We have a flag, and we are missing pole number 2. So large move coming next week for Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, and maybe a few other coins. But these 3 coins, I believe, are going to do very well, with my favorite ones being Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash right now because their chart patterns are excellent. Now let's get over here to Litecoin. Litecoin currently trades at $72. So let's review Litecoin from December. We have the low at $22, a flag 1, flag 2, flag 3. We had 3 breakouts. Once the third breakout occurred, it got stuck here at the red 475-day moving average, which today currently is around $90, $89. And this time we did not get a triangle. We got a flag, which is in fact more bullish because it's a larger price move, usually comes off of a flag. So here's your pole number 1. And then we have a pole number 2 coming in, which should bring Litecoin into $140 and potentially, I believe, higher. Do expect this 20 EMA line here, which served a prior resistance, to be broken possibly tomorrow within the next 24 to 48 hours. Break $74 on the 20 EMA line. Litecoin very quickly will head up to $89, just right around $90. Once $89 is broken, or this red line is broken, we'll get a little pullback, and then the sharp spike comes right afterwards, straight vertical early next week. The chart here, the flag pattern, everything looks absolutely perfect for a big move next week. And today we're seeing a very nice large green candlestick forming, and you'll see Litecoin here is now trading above this gray 400 moving average. So the 55 line here, it just popped through it a tiny bit yesterday, and then today straight back up, right back above the support line at 55. Next, let's look at Litecoin priced in Bitcoin. On this chart, I've illustrated what are called Fibonacci lines, and you'll notice here this green line stopped the first rise, finally a break through it. The red line stopped this rise and finally a break through it into the next line. This next Fibonacci line stopped the next move and finally a break through it up to the next Fibonacci line. And then we had a retrace all the way back to the red 0.5 line. So you'll see it touched it here twice, and now we're getting a reversal. The break of the flag indicates that Litecoin is going to outperform Bitcoin going into May. Now let's talk about the next Fibonacci line. Well, you'll see this orange line stopped the prior rise. This next line is expected to stop the next rise. So on a spike, this Fibonacci line at 0.024 is expected to stop Litecoin. If we run some calculations, you'll notice that 0.024, so this is the base calculation. So at $140 Litecoin, Bitcoin's at 5,800. At $160 Litecoin, Bitcoin is at 6,600. And $175 Litecoin, Bitcoin will be $7,400. This 0.024 is expected to be an important Fibonacci line that will stop Litecoin's rise. So we'll be watching this very closely here into next week to see which one of these targets are hit. Next, let's look over to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash made a low here, $74 in December with Litecoin and Bitcoin. Since the low, price reversed up. We got a buy signal here the end of March as a 20 crossed the 55 EMA line. And then Bitcoin Cash spiked, hitting the red simple moving average at 270. It hit it twice and backed off. By backing off, what it formed is a flag. This flag pattern completed yesterday. We have Bitcoin Cash reversing up and expect continued price movement up. We have pole 1, flag, pole 2 should come in over $500, potentially $525 or higher. If we look at Bitcoin Cash priced in Bitcoin, same thing. You'll see the low come in December at a buy signal. The red line stopped it once. It pushed higher through it, but it came back down. Regardless, we have a flag. And currently, the 55 EMA line is what's stopping Bitcoin Cash today. So the next stop will be the 20 EMA, and then we should potentially get through this 270 simple moving average pretty quickly. Once that is cleared, then Bitcoin Cash is going to spike. Currently, Bitcoin Cash is up like Litecoin. Both are up about 100% relative to the price of Bitcoin. So Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash have outperformed Bitcoin since the December low by approximately 100%. So they've doubled the performance of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is forming a flag pattern relative to the price of Bitcoin, which means that Bitcoin Cash, when it spikes on this chart, it will outperform Bitcoin. So therefore, again, both Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash are expected to outperform sizably into the expected mid-May cycle top. Next, I've had a few questions about Digibyte. So let's look at here at Digibyte. Digibyte here made a low in December. Its low is holding. Again, the cryptocurrencies are turning up, so Digibyte will be turning up as well. But you'll see Digibyte's performance has been rather poor. Unfortunately, just a couple days ago, we had a sell signal here hit on Digibyte. So the 20 crossed under the 55. So do not expect Digibyte to have extreme performance into the May cycle high. Digibyte, I believe, and I still truly love Digibyte. I think it's a very, very wonderful coin. I personally, looking at this chart, I took approximately 1/3 of my Digibyte position and rolled it all into Litecoin today, just because I think Litecoin is going to outperform Digibyte sizably into the May top. I will go back in and reposition myself in June on Digibyte after the May high comes in on the cryptocurrency. So still love Digibyte, but I did personally reposition a portion of my portfolio into Litecoin today. And also we look at Digibyte priced in Bitcoin. It's actually underperforming Bitcoin by 14% since the low here. So sizable overhead resistance here. It's going to take a decent amount of work here to break through these overhead resistance lines. This particular point in time, Digibyte is not going to perform like the coins that we've discussed earlier, specifically Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. Those are the two coins that we should see very strong movement here into a cycle high coming mid-May. I'd like to finish on this note. Our world is at the precipice of a major shift from this old financial system to a new monetary system. The new monetary system will be based specifically on true money, such as gold and silver, and cryptocurrencies, which cannot be printed out of thin air to infinity. So we are at the doorstep of this new era. We are so close. Something huge is about to happen. So make sure you have some food and water in your home just for safety. It never hurts to be safe. And in closing, I do wish all of you a truly blessed day. I want to thank you all for being my subscribers. May God bless and protect you and your entire family. Be well.